So yeah, you can use the word queer. Now, you still can't use it as a noun, only as an adjective. You can't go up to someone and go, "You're a queer," but you can go, "Hear about Darren? He's queer now." If Darren is definitely bent. You can't go around just slagging off Darren willy-nilly. Do you know what I mean? You can get sued in this country for saying someone's gay if they're not, you know, which is a homophobic law, because you can't be sued the other way around. You can't be sued for saying someone's not gay if they are, which seems unfair, doesn't it? Like, I could go up to Britain's biggest gay and go, "All right, Alton," all right? And he'd love that. He'd fucking love that. If that's your game, you want to be top of the pile, so to speak, right? I go, "All right, Alton." You go, "Yeah." I go, "Ha, ha, 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 you're not a gay." He'd go, "I bloody am." He'd go, "I'm going to sue you." I go, "You can't. You can't." He'd go, "But know that I am gay." I go, "I don't believe you are." He'd go, "Well, come on with me and see the shit I do if you don't believe me." Of course, the word queer has changed. Again, traditionally, the word queer used to mean someone who was attracted to the same sex as themselves, a gay man. Right? Now, the word queer can mean a straight man who wants some attention. I'm all queer now. I am? Yeah, I'm right queer now. I am? Yeah. What about your girlfriend? Yeah, she's queer and all. We're just two queers queering each other up. Suck a cock? Nah. No, didn't think so. I'm not that sort of queer. What sort of a queer are you? Dyed my hair blue. So did my grandmother, and she fucking loved cock, so... we say it. I have no evidence for that. We never had that conversation. So words change, is my point. Like the word handicapped, right? Again, traditionally, that was the politically correct term, the all-inclusive term for cripples and shit, right? But then they went, "No, we want to be disabled." They didn't want to be disabled. They said, "Well, we want to be referred to as disabled. We don't like the term handicapped anymore. Stop using it. Say disabled." And we went, "Okay, fine. And that's great. Just tell me the rules." In fact, I'm a stickler for the rules. Like, if I was on a beach and a woman came running up and went, "Help, help, my handicapped toddler's drowning," I'd go, "Sorry, you're what, love? What?" "My handicapped toddler's drowning and he can't swim." "Whoa, do you mean your disabled toddler is drowning?" She'd go, "Yeah." I go, "Right, well, let's..." Oh, dead. Wasted too much time being woke, didn't I? Well, I am woke now, and I can prove it. Here you go. I love illegal immigrants. Yeah, sue me now. Sometimes I go down to Dover for the day, right? And I look out, right? And look for a boat, and I see a dinghy with about 60 of them, and I go over here, like, right? And I pull them into shore, and I go, "Women and children first." They go, "There are no women and children." "Just you lads, is it? Just come on, lads. Come on, lads." If I go down there one day and there's no boat, I am absolutely fucking gutted. I just sort of wander into town and I stand by the traffic lights and I wait for a big lorry to pull up, right? And I look underneath and there's a lad sort of clutching like that. And I go, "Where you headed?" And he goes, "Gary Lineker's house." I go, "It's just down there." Yeah. Fuck borders. Fuck, we don't need borders, do we? Be like the Vikings. They didn't care about borders, did they? I've got a little bit of Viking blood in me. Well, we all have, because of all the raping they did. They say it was raping and pillaging, but I think it was mainly for the raping. I think they added the pillaging bit for the wives. I mean, they went down one day and went, "Right, we're off to Great Britain." "Oh, why?" "Just a bit of pillaging." "Just pillaging?" "Just pillaging, babe." "All right. Why are you wearing your rape hat?" So this show is called Armageddon, and it's all about how I think humanity might end, because there's a long list of possibilities, you know. We're on a precipice, you know. It could be anything from global warming, the rise of the pandemic, you know, nuclear war, our own stupidity, basically. Because we are getting more stupid as a species, no doubt about that. You can now do a university degree course in Taylor Swift. How fucking low academically can you go? There's an institute in London called the School of Flower Arranging. I went past it, I couldn't believe it. School of Flower Arranging. I looked in, and there's people having lectures. Flower arranging. My mum used to pick flowers every day from the garden, cut flowers, put them in vases around the house. At no point did anyone come round and go, what unqualified cunt did these? Yeah, the Earth is in a terrible mess, and it's my fault, my generation's fault, and the generation before, the boomers, with their deforestation and their fossil fuels, ruining the ozone layer, raising the temperature by a few degrees, so parasites, you know, bacteria, and these zootropic pandemics are just going to get worse and worse. Like, if you're 20 years old now, you're going to have a very different middle age to me. I've had the best 60 years of civilization, right? But if you're 20 now, in 40 years' time, you're going to be in your house wearing a mask, crying. Like you do now over jokes. And I'm not going to be around to see that, but I am going to spend my entire fortune from now on private jets to make sure it definitely fucking happens. We're going to be the first generation that future generations are jealous of, right? Because we had it all, and we're using it all up. We're using up all the fresh water. We're using up all the fossil fuel, right? Usually you look back in history and you feel sorry for it. You go, oh, how did they live like that? Oh, how did they get around? No indoor toilets. I've got 9 toilets in my house. And sometimes I just run around flushing them for a laugh. Just so that in 40 years' time, Greta Thunberg has to shit out of a window. I've got 28 radiators. I always have them on full. Then I put the aircon on full, and it sort of settles at about 20 degrees. Lovely. It's how the cat likes it. She loves it at 20 degrees. And I spoil my cat. I love cats. I love having a cat. Think about it, cats are great, but if you let them out, they bring home the most disgusting things. Last week, mine brought home a scouser with herpes. And it wasn't quite dead, so I had to get it by its legs and crack its head against the table. And who cares? If humanity was wiped out today, the Earth would return to a paradise in a few hundred years. If we lose bees, we're a desert forever. We're not that important. We're just one species of narcissistic ape. And some people on social media get annoyed when I say we're apes, you know, religious types, Americans.